It's the Gnarly Country Morning Show, 106.7 K-Jug Country. Try that in small town. That's Jason Aldean right there.
Oh, so much happy for this.
Here's a surprise, though. Jason Aldean is with us right now.
Yes, he is.
Jason, what's happening?
What's up, guys? How are you?
Hey, I love that song you just played. Now, because we're a small town, and we tried that in a small town.
Well, that song was a big one for us last year, and kind of stirred up a little bit of stuff. I feel like a lot of it was, a little overblown, but the song was great, and one of my favorites to play live these days.
Well, one of my best friends is Sean Silva. He directed that video for you, and
Absolutely.
I talked to him yesterday, and he said, "Tell Jason I said thanks because that was awesome." And I went to his dad's birthday party last week, so he's doing great.
Yeah, Sean's my guy, man. He's kind of become just our video director that does everything for us anymore, and he's one of the boys, so he's great.
You know what's funny is, have you seen the new celebration for golf? Like if you hit a nice shot, it's called the Trump, and so you put your hand in the air, and then your buddies get around you like the Secret Service. It's so funny because that was one of the most awesome moments in America, and I it's just cool. You can't deny that.
No, it's listen. I don't know what that's like because I never hit a good golf shot. So there's that.
Perfect. Hey, so last time I talked to you, it was so funny because it was like 5 years ago, and I came and I go, Jason, I just peed next to Geraldo, and you started laughing, and it was true. I was like, I don't know why. But today, I didn't pee next to any like Lester Holt or anything, so we're just here to talk about boots in the park.
Need to find better bathrooms to go to.
It clearly made a lasting impression on you. You're still talking about it to this day.
And you know what? I do stand-up comedy, and you're a part of the story. I tell that, I go, because it was just the weirdest thing ever. Like, oh, you're Geraldo. Are you filming this? So Highway
You never know that.
Exactly. He had a hidden camera in that mustache. You never know. Hey, so September 13th, Boots in the Park. Jason Aldean is going to be here, and it's kind of the last leg of the Highway Desperado tour.
Yeah, we kicked that tour off last year, and and just I don't know, it went so well that we just decided to kind of roll it over into this year, and add a couple new songs, a few different things into the show just to change it up from last year. But it's been a good run last year and already this year. So, by the time we see you guys, we're going to be winding it down and kind of on the downslide. But looking forward to getting out there and seeing you guys and getting out to the West Coast and some nice weather and all those things, man. It's always fun getting out there to see you guys.
And, of course, the new album, Highway Desperado, has Try That in a Small Town on it. Also your new song, Whiskey Drink.
Yeah, man, Whiskey Drink was one of those songs, one of the first ones that came in for the album that I feel like sort of set the tone for the record and, what the vibe of the album was going to be. And so that song's always been on a short list for us to try and get to at some point as a single. And, I don't know. We just had, a lot of people were asking for that one, and so we just dropped it a couple weeks ago and just added it into the show, so we're playing it live now, and it's a cool one, man. I'm excited for it.
I love when I see you talking to the guys that wrote the songs, and you guys are discussing, well, we're going to try this one, maybe that one, and I mean, I remember Broken Bow and Hicktown when you first came out. So my career is you've been there for most of my career, so it's kind of weird. Like, I think I've played all your songs, and it's just it's cool to see where you're at. But what's a typical day for Jason Aldean? Do you get up and like, oh man, I think I'm going to go play in front of 30,000 people? Or, I mean, does it still pump your blood up and get you excited?
Yeah, man. I love this. This is, it's all I've ever really done since I was 15 years old. So, I sit around all day and wait for that 2 hours or whatever it is that I get to get on stage and play. And so I'll wake up, drink some coffee. I'll watch baseball or golf or whatever. I may go play golf during the day, and then kind of come back and shower, get ready for the show, hang out with my boys before the show, and just we've been doing it for a long time now, so it's like a well-oiled machine.
Well, my buddy Mark, you don't know him, but he is kind of like a doppelganger of you. He just needs to thank you because you have helped his social life a lot because he's obviously not you, but close enough to where I think he meets a lot of women because of that.
Hey, well, if it's working for him, good for him. But, I was going to say, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing if he's my doppelganger. But if it's working out for him, good for him.
I think he owes you a check is what I think. I do want to
I agree. I don't even know this guy, but I agree with you.
That's right. So I saw that, you've been in concert with Kid Rock a lot and Leonard Skinner and, of course, Big and Rich and all those guys. And it's like there's something that makes me excited and proud about that when I kind of feel like, what should I call it? The try that in a small town kind of mind thinking, and I love it. And I'm proud to say this is one of our guys.
Yeah, man. I think for a long time it was sort of ingrained in artists and any sort of celebrity to sort of stay away from politics and not talk about those things and not ruffle the waters as far as that goes. And I think it's a little bit of a different day where it's almost kind of hard to ignore it anymore. And especially for me, I mean, if somebody asks me, I'm gonna answer the question, and I'm not ashamed of my beliefs and what I think, and and so I'm not shy about answering questions or singing a song about it.
Right. No, and I love that, man. I just feel a certain kinship about that. And I know, like, Jelly Roll and who's else? The tattoo face guy.
Jelly Roll, Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah. I mean, you've done songs and you talked about, how country's opened its gate and let other genres in is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I think country music is willing to accept other artists as long as it's authentic to what we do. I think there's some artists that come in and try to pass things off as country because it's just something that they might think is fun to do for a second. I think guys like Post are guys that I think he's authentic to country. I mean, I think it's the real deal, and he truly enjoys it, and he has a country side to him that's what he's doing over here, and I think that's really cool. So not all artists are like that where it's going to translate to the country music fans, but fans are smart, man. You can't just pass off a bunch of BS to them and think they're just going to jump all over it. It's got to be real.
Well, and I got to say, man, your tribute to Toby Keith, that was something else. I mean, I saw his son was tearing up, and I know that you toured with him and you were on the tour, and I got to be on his bus one time with Kid Rock, and there was it's just different when they were singing that Red, White, and Blue song, but it was a lot dirtier and it was new and it was a different song, but
yeah.
But I know you spent time with Toby, and I remember Joey, his guitar player, he's passed too, and his manager Dave and all those guys, and I know he kind of helped you in your career.
Yeah, I mean, I think all those guys, we looked up to them, and they were the kind of that generation before us that we grew up playing all their stuff and, learning how to play in the clubs and do all that stuff. And so, I had a ton of respect for Toby as a person, as an artist, and got to tour with him. And, I feel like guys like that, I mean, to have a career that long, you're doing something right. And, one of the things I loved about him is that he was unapologetic about his beliefs and his thoughts, and he thought the way he did, and if you liked it, cool. If you didn't, that was fine too. He didn't really care, and I think that's I think that kind of was definitely an influence for me of somebody that's saying, like, hey, listen, man, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I don't expect everybody to like it or agree with it, but it's it's me, it's true to me, and that's what I want to do, and if you like it, cool, and if you don't, that's fine too. It doesn't bother me.
Well, one of his last performances was on stage with you, I think. It was, or close to the end there.
Yeah, he came out last October. We did a show in his hometown out in Oklahoma, and nobody knew he was coming out. We got him to come out, and I hung out with him a little bit during the day and invited him out to play if he wanted to, and he came out that night and jumped on stage in front of his hometown crowd. It was kind of a surprise, and it was really cool, man. Got a chance to hang out with him for couple hours after the show and catch up with him, and that would be the last time I saw him.
So when you look back on your career, what is the most memorable part of your career?
The whole career? The whole thing?
I mean, I know it's a long career. I mean, like, you have done a lot.
Yeah.
And, it's just an amazing to see what you have, like Charlie said earlier, where you started and where you're at now.
Well, I just think, for me, I think it's the longevity part of my career. When I still look around at guys like Chesney and McGraw and Brooks and Dunn and those guys, I mean, they've been around a lot longer than me, and they're still out there touring and still, relevant. And I think that's really cool. Like, that's what I want to be. I want to be able to do this for as long as I want to. And I know that with that comes, I got to make sure that the music's good and that we're doing our part to stay relevant and keep pushing the envelope and making great music. And, but that's what I want. I want to do this as long as I don't want to be forced out. I want to be able to kind of leave on my own terms if I ever decide to do that.
Yeah, and don't forget the chicks that you're getting my friend Mark too. I mean, there's that. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta stay relevant for Mark.
Hey, September 13th, Boots in the Park, Jason Aldean. Jason, just thank you so much, man, and thanks for being a part of K-Jug. And I mean, you're one of our guys. You're one of our peeps, man.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Looking forward to seeing y'all, and it's gonna be a good time.
All right, thank you, Jason Aldean, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you.
Yeah, try that in a small town.
Appreciate
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jason. That was perfect. I did screw up. I couldn't think of Post Malone's name. I don't know why.
Oh, I said Machine Gun
You
Kelly.
said Machine Gun Kelly. I go, I go, the tattoo face guy.
There's too many tattooed face guys.
Anyway, Jason Aldean, class act.